Namaskar everyone. Today I am going to talk about a very interesting topic called Bhakti. We very often hear about this word in Sanatana Dharma. What is Bhakti? This word has been originated from a Sanskrit word called Bhaja, which is bhajan or worshipping the Supreme God. Bhakti has got plenty of meanings. We can say that attachment with the God, love and affection towards the God, or fondness for the God, or pious faith or trust on the God. Bhakti has been well described in many sacred texts such as Vedas, Shastras, Puranas, Bhagavad Gita, Narada Bhakti Sutras and many other texts. Narada has explained about Bhakti in 84 sutras. In one of the sutra, he mentioned that Satvasmin Parama Prema Rupa. That means a great love towards the God is called Bhakti. And Narada also said that Amrita Swarupacha. That means Bhakti is a nectar which is Amrutam or immortal. The great sage called Shandilya has explained about Bhakti as Sa Paranuraktirishvare. Wholeheartedly we should connect with the God, which is called as Bhakti. Even Bhagavad Gita spoke a lot about Bhakti. In entire Bhagavad Gita, there are 700 shlokas and 18 chapters, where the first 6 chapters spoke about the Karma Yoga, the path of work, and then the next 6 chapters spoke about the Bhakti Yoga, and the last 6 chapters spoke about Jnana Yoga, which is related to knowledge. All these Karma Yogam, Bhakti Yogam and Jnana Yogam ultimately leads to eternal salvation, that is moksha. However, this Bhakti Margam is the best out of all the 3. And it is also the easiest path to reach the eternal salvation. That's why Narada Maharshi said in his Bhakti Sutra that Anyasmat Saulabhyam Bhaktau. That means out of the 3 paths, that is Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam and Bhakti Yogam is the easiest way to attain moksha. He also said, Trisatyasya Bhaktireva Gariyasi. This means in the past, present and the future, Bhakti is ultimate. Even Lord Krishna emphasized a lot on Bhakti in Bhagavad Gita. In one of the shloka, he mentioned that Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhaktyupakrutam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. If a devotee, if he or she offers a leaf or a flower or fruit, anything, whatever has been offered, Lord Krishna is going to take it very happily because he or she has offered with bhakti. He also mentioned that Yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitum ichchati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. That means Lord Krishna said, in whichever the form or in whichever the method, if a devotee prays me, I would definitely accept his prayers and would definitely bless him because he is doing with good bhakti. So this bhakti cannot be achieved overnight. There are different forms. Initially it may be Sakama Bhakti, later it would be Nishkama Bhakti, and ultimately it would be Ananya Bhakti, which leads to moksha. What is Sakama Bhakti? Sakama, that means you are having faith on God. However, you are expecting something from the God as an outcome. When we practice bhakti over a period of time, we reach a stage where we don't expect anything from God because we feel that we are completely satisfied. We will be out of all the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madha, matsaryas. So, first of all, how can we attain bhakti? There are 9 different forms of bhakti according to Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. Shravanam. Shravanam means this is one way of bhakti. We can always listen to the greatness about Lord Vishnu in the form of pravachan or the discourse or the shlokas or the Veda mantras. Hence we should keep listening to the hymns related to Paramatma. The second one is Kirtanam. Kirtanam means reciting or rendering the stotras or shlokas related to Paramatma or reciting the Veda mantras. In this Kali Yuga, it is always said that Nama Sankirtanam is always the best. Reciting the name of the Paramatma itself is sufficient. That's why it is said that Namasmaranad Anyopayam. The third one is talking about Smaranam. Smaranam means whatever we heard from the elders related to the Paramatma, recalling the things about Paramatma. Next one is Padasevanam. Padasevanam is serving the lotus feet of Paramatma. The fifth one is Archanam. Archanam means performing some kind of puja or ritual, which is also a worship. Sixth one is Vandanam. Vandanam means performing the namaskaram, that is prostrating or performing a sashtanga namaskaram. This is also bowing down to the Paramatma. Seventh one is Dasyam. Dasyam is being a servant to the Paramatma. Eighth one is Sakhyam. Sakhyam means making friendship with the God. The final way of bhakti is Atmanivedanam, completely surrendering ourselves to Paramatma. In the past, many devotees followed different paths. However, they have ultimately reached Paramatma. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshidabhavad Vayasakih Kirtane Prahlada Smarane Tadangri Bhajane Lakshmi Frutuf Pujane Akruras Dvabhivandane Kapipatir Dasyecha Sakher Junaha Sarvasvatva Samarpane Balirabhut Krishna Aptir Evam Vidha. In the past, King Parikshit has followed the Shravanam. The great Shuka Maharshi has followed Kirtanam. The exemplary devotee Prahlada has followed Smaranam. The goddess Lakshmi Devi has followed Padasevanam. The great emperor Prithu Chakravarti has followed Archanam. Akrura has followed Vandanam. Lord Hanuman has followed Dasyam. The great ambidextrous Arjuna has followed Sakhyam. And the king Bali Chakravarti has followed Atmanivedanam. That means he has surrendered himself to Lord Vamana, which is Lord Vishnu's incarnation. Lord Vishnu also explained a lot about bhakti in other shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drudhanishchayaha mayyarpita manobuddhir yoma bhaktas same priyaha. Lord Krishna mentioned that a person who is following the bhakti marga, he would get rid of hatred towards any living beings, would be free from greed, anger. He will not feel overwhelmed, overjoyous if he gets something good or which is favorable, or he would not get depressed if the situation is not favorable to him. He would be like a sthita prajna. So Lord Krishna said, I like only those kind of sthita prajna. As I said, this bhakti we cannot achieve overnight. In many cases, even one life won't be sufficient to attain the moksha. That's why to get the bhakti, we should have shraddha and we should have nishtha and we should also have sadacharam. That means we should follow our good tradition. We should have shraddha, that means interest. And we should have nishtha. Nishtha means we should maintain or sustain whatever the plan we have for maintaining our bhakti. As a person goes along the way of bhakti, he would slowly go away from all the materialistic things and he would get rid of all the greed. He would become selfless. He would finally surrender himself to Paramatma. If we follow bhakti, he would get rid of Raja and Tamo gunas. There are three different qualities where Sattva being the topmost, Raja being little lower quality, and Tamo is the bad qualities. We would also get rid of ego, sorrows, illusion, and all kinds of fears. That's why Narada Maharshi said, Ahimsa Satya Shaucha Dayastikyadi Charitriani Paripalaniyani. So by following bhakti, we would get rid of violence. We will always talk truth. We would become pure and we would have faith over our dharma and Vedas. We would also believe that God is there. And we would also gain a lot of excellent qualities, which will not only help ourselves, it would also help the entire humanity. Narada Maharshi also said, what is the benefit of having bhakti? Yel labdhva puman siddho bhavati, amruto bhavati, trupto bhavati. That means, by gaining the bhakti, a person gets perfect in all aspects and he would become immortal and he would be satisfied forever. He would not have any materialistic desires. He also said, Yat prapya na kinchit vanchati, na shochati, na dveshti, na ramate, notsahi bhavati. That means, by having this bhakti, a person will not have any kind of vancha, that is materialistic desire. Na shochati, he will not have any kind of grief or any kind of sorrow. Na dveshti, he will not hate anyone. Na ramate, he will not think about kamam or any kind of pleasures. Notsahi bhavati, he will not think about any kind of materialistic things. So he is free from all this materialistic world. He only thinks about the Paramatma. So finally, I request all the Astikas to follow our dharma and try to focus on improving our bhakti. If we go in the bhakti marga, it is not only good for us, it is also good for the entire humanity. Because our Sanatana Dharma always talks about the welfare of the society or welfare of the nation, welfare of the entire world. Finally, I would pray to Paramatma that he would bless this entire humanity, to bless us with good health, wealth and peace, and we should also improve our bhakti. Thank you so much. Tat Sat Paramatma Charanaravindarpanastu.